Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bahrain Now. With me, your host, Bara Abdulla. We've got a great show coming up featuring great local talents, initiatives, and happenings from around the kingdom. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a passionate interior designer who has worked hard to achieve her goals and dreams. With us in the studio is Razan Jamal. Well, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
I am pretty excited to see everything was going to happen here into interior designing. You know, pretty much we've been going to restaurants and places, and the moment we knew we're going to have a designer like yourself, I know it's going to be a beautiful talk. Tell us more about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here tonight with you. As you mentioned, I'm Razan Jamal and I'm an interior design professional, and I have my own business. It's called Designat Interiors.
Nice name.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, so Designat, I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you started somewhere in the artistic field, right?
Yes.
So, you know, pretty much.
I used to paint and draw a lot.
I can definitely tell.
Yeah.
I mean, even I think you're into fashion as well?
Yes, I'm into fashion and makeup.
Wow.
And yeah, I have a lot of hobbies and interests.
You paint, you do makeup, you
Yes,
do your own styles and
Yes,
fashion,
yes,
and
correct.
interior designer.
Yes.
Life is busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, but I like it actually.
Well, it shows
Yes.
in your smile, pretty much, you know, every time you
Thank
talk
you.
about art, you shine.
Thank you so
So
much.
how did you start?
I started back then in 2014, but before that I graduated from NYIT, University of NYIT, New York Institute of Technology.
Okay.
I had my bachelor's degree in interior design, fine arts interior design,
Wow.
and then I started working in several companies.
Okay.
Then decided to create my own business back then when I was 24 years old.
That was
Yes.
a bold move.
Yes,
24.
I was young to open my own business, especially in this field.
Wow, was it challenging? Was it scary?
It actually, I went slowly. I took it slowly. So I also learned from my experiences. So like I wasn't jumping to, I wasn't taking like big risks.
Okay.
At the beginning.
Right.
So, but now, thank God, yani, I've done like a couple of good projects that I'm proud of.
Wow, it seems
Yes.
like it. You had a really interesting journey.
Yes.
And you took an entire degree in interior designing.
Yes.
So before that, you were painting, you were having your own styles and having, you know,
Yes.
artistic life. And when did you know that you wanted to be an interior designer? Was there something that just sparked you?
Yeah, actually, in high school, I was confused between architecture and interior design. But then I went for interior design. I don't regret it now because
Right.
I felt like I can show my skills more in interior design, especially with colors, color schemes, style, design.
Okay.
I'm trying to create my own style, so
Wow.
that's why I really like it now.
You know what was really interesting? The moment you came here, it's like, oh, we can definitely do some work over here.
Yes, definitely.
It's like a
Inshallah.
touch over here, a touch over there. It's like, you know,
Yes.
the moment you came here, it's like, wow, you had your interior designing hat on. It's like, let's get to work.
Exactly.
Love that, love that. You're always on the go.
Yeah.
So now, interior designing, right? It's all over us and everywhere we go. Studios, restaurants, houses, you know, museums, amusement parks, cinemas. Where do you find yourself most when it comes to interior designing? What is your most, I would say, genre that you focus on the most?
See, I will be honest with you.
Yes.
I like to design everything because my name is a designer,
Right.
So I like to try many designs and many styles. That actually interests me rather than to focus on just houses
Okay.
or to focus on just coffee shops.
Right.
So our field is abroad. Like I don't like to limit myself into a certain projects like residential only. No, I like to take commercial projects as well.
Okay.
And that's what it makes our job interesting actually. So yeah, I'm like more into everything.
Wow. So pretty
Yes.
much you have different projects, different challenges, different
Yes.
opportunities to
Yes.
learn something new and to
Yes.
bring your designing skill to life.
Yes.
Now, as Bahrainis love the coffee shop scene, right?
Yes.
Restaurants and all of that. What can you tell us about that kind of trendy interior designing happening in Bahrain with coffee shops and restaurants?
Okay, actually the trends, they are a lot,
Okay.
not just for coffee shops or restaurants. You can have your own coffee shop at your home. For example, yeah, you can have your coffee corner in your home, so you can also create something trendy there.
All right.
Create something personal that belongs to you, especially if it was in your bedroom or if it was in a living room.
Right.
So you can, now design, it's changing. You can have your gym at your house.
Okay.
It's not like before. So yeah, so coming for the trends of, for example, restaurants or coffee shops, it's all about the materials. The finishings are different now.
Okay.
And now we can just mix materials. You can mix, for example, classic designs with modern designs, whether it was in a restaurant, coffee shop, or in a house projects. Trends are the same. You can implement them at coffee shops or in residential projects.
That is very interesting. You can have your own coffee shop corner at your own place.
Yes.
And I can imagine you've been getting a lot
going
of requests.
wild now, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have my own coffee corner at my room as well.
Okay, how does it look? Is it wooden? Is it ceramic? What do you
it's
use?
very cute. It's very simple, but yani, this is my corner. خلاص. I have my own corner, my own coffee corner.
Wow.
So yeah.
You know what? Let me get my own place, and all of that. Maybe I'm gonna have my own coffee corner. I'm gonna ask you.
I'll give you good ideas.
Razan, please. I want to have a gaming section over here and music over here.
Yeah, and recently, due to COVID situation, the past 2 years, people are working from home, so you can have your own office as a part-time as well.
Right. And
so it's different. It's changing. That's what's nice about design. You always have new things. You always have new ideas. And that's what actually interests me.
Okay.
So yeah.
It seems you're always on the go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on, and you can never stop because there's always something new, trendy coming up with new ideas. You mix between contemporary and the old and the futuristic aspects of design.
Yes.
Love that.
And the trends are actually a lot now. And as you know, for example, let's talk in Bahrain.
Right.
Usually they have a certain design concept or style. Let's say neoclassic. But us as a designer, we can give them the trends to let them think differently, not to change the entire thing or redo the entire thing, but no, to let them think differently.
Okay.
As for the materials, for example, you have also the sofas are different. We now use sofas as dividers between two areas, imagine.
Interesting.
Yes, we have a lot of trends. We use, for example, even the tables and the chairs are being different.
Okay.
So before you used to see like modern tables, now it's more into curves, circles, arches. Even the doors, you can see the doors.
Okay.
They are in arch shape. You can see it in headboards, for example, in the bedroom.
Right.
The windows now it has arch shape. It's changing, So there's a lot of details about trends.
Love
and
that.
it's nice to use it in the house, even if you like a certain style. It's nice to mix and match.
Interesting.
That's what will make it interesting.
Can you tell us an example of one of your projects recently you've done that you got the chance to go creative and mix and match between different trends?
Yes, actually, all of my projects I try to mix and match things. I don't go with one style only. For example, house projects. Sometimes the client, they tell me, no, I'm used to neutrals only. Don't add any color in it. But as a trend, you need to add a pop of color.
Right.
It's not neutral like before anymore. You have to add at least terracotta color, the clay, the brownish, the orangish, the burnt hues. These are, even if you keep it all in neutral, you have to add this pop of color to make it interesting. It's as simple as that. It can come into a color, not necessarily everything.
Wow. Yes. Even colors can change the entire aspect of things.
Yes.
That is really interesting and cool.
Yeah, now, and especially, for example, kitchens.
Yes.
Before kitchens, it used to be alone, separated. Now it's included the open space area.
Right.
And also we treat the kitchen differently. We treat the kitchen as if it's one of the rooms. We change the material. Before it used to be whitish colors.
For
and the
longest time,
island,
yes.
yes, neutral colors. Now we add woods. The chairs are different in the island because it's part of the room. So yeah, you will feel like this is not a kitchen anymore. It's like I am sitting in my room. It's more cozy. It's more colorful.
Yes.
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I
Again,
implement these in my projects, and I try to also educate my clients about it, to not stick to one thing,
right.
but to try other concepts.
That's it. You're hired for my next project. You know, I got a new
My
place,
pleasure.
and it's like signed by Razan.
Yes.
Here's my coffee corner. It's cute.
The gym, everything.
The
We'll put it in
gym,
one area.
and the kitchen is open to the living
Yeah,
room,
yeah.
where the kids are gonna go there and just mess it up. But it's okay, because normally the kitchen is gonna be separated, so it's like nobody gets to the kitchen. You know?
Exactly.
Don't touch anything. Not
Yeah.
anymore. It's
Yes,
gonna
not
be open.
anymore.
But with all of that, and you've been doing amazing. I mean, which we really appreciate that. We see a book.
Yes.
What's happening there?
Actually, this book, it's for the beginners of interior and
Okay.
those who fancy interior.
All right.
So it's very simple. You will see like it has a lot of images inside. It's very simple to read and simple to look at.
Okay.
It's not like any other interior design.
Huh, what
Because
makes
there's
it different?
a lot of images, and it's brief. Like back at uni, I needed this book. That's why I created this book, because it has 5 parts inside it, and
Okay.
it's little from everything. So you will not get
Okay.
bored of interior design. And this book, I started it, imagine 2018.
Oh,
Back
wow.
in 2018, I started with it. 2019, beginning of 2020, let's say the COVID, I wanted to launch it, but due to COVID situation,
Right.
I kept it aside. But now,
Okay.
here it is again,
Love it.
and I will be launching it soon. And
Wow.
inside this book, yeah, you will be invited.
Please.
Yes.
Yes. Let's cover that event for you.
Yeah, and I will not sign it for you now. I'll wait till you come
It's
to
like
my
you
launching.
have to come physically there to
Yes,
get a
yes.
sign. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Okay, so this book, as you said, it's for, let's say, first year of uni. They will benefit. It will interest them about interior design, because you have a lot of details. They think interior design is an easy job, but actually it's not.
It's not, right.
Everything. Yes, it's colors. Let's say engineer. You will meet construction people with you. So it's not just the nice image in the end. There's a lot of details going on.
Okay.
And in this book, there is 5 parts of it. The first part is from where we get our inspiration as a designer. You will think like a designer if you hold this book. From where we get our inspiration from.
Okay.
And the second part, it talks about history.
History.
Yes, history of interior design, overview
Maybe
of
you
the
want to show it to the
history.
camera?
Yeah.
Very much.
Let's see here, for
Oh, look at
example,
that,
we have the
Egyptian
Egyptian
and Greek.
style and the Greek. Yeah, those are the beginners of the interior design.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and as you can see, it's more of the images thing.
Interesting.
Yes, we have the Renaissance period. Yes. So it's brief of everything, and you know that we have in design over 100 years of designs. Yes, and styles. There is Renaissance, there's Greek, there is Rococo French styles, and then after it another style, and then after it, and then modern. It's in the end, and then contemporary.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
It's
you
very
can see here the
interesting, actually.
Victorian style. Yes, we have a lot of styles.
2018.
The industrial. Yes, this is the history of interior design in general. And then there is the third part. It talks about colors.
Okay.
Color scheme. Like if you can judge your own color.
Huh.
Yeah. If you need some help, we have the color wheel to help you.
I think I need help.
Yes,
I
we have
definitely need help.
complementary colors. You will know from the color which goes with what color. So
Okay.
you keep the room in harmony.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
with
you know,
the colors.
for a type of energy, we want to go calm. You want to
Yes,
get
cool.
positive
We have,
energy.
yes, we have cool
Very
colors. We
interesting.
have warm colors, and so this is the third part, as
You
you
really
can
worked
see.
hard on this book. You really worked hard on this
yes,
book.
yes, and I'm happy here now to introduce it to you, especially in Bahrain TV.
Oh,
so I'll
wow,
be
it's
like,
a pleasure. It's an honor.
thank you. And the third part, sorry, now the fourth part, it talks about what to do in design and what not to do.
Do and don'ts. Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly of the decoration part. Like,
Okay.
don't add, for example, a huge vase next to a small vase. You need to do harmonious. I guess
Okay.
you did that in your home.
It's guilty.
So how to keep things in harmony and in
Okay.
good balance. So here there is this part to do and the do's and don'ts.
Yes.
And the last part, actually, it's very interesting, which is the company projects.
Okay.
So I've went to several companies. I asked for their designs.
Okay.
I asked for their designs to have them in my book.
Right.
And I was writing some specific, like how do they do their designs, what colors they use, what design they use, how they combine things with each other.
Wow.
So I added in this book, including my design as well.
Very interesting. So pretty much everything you ever wanted in the book,
Yes.
you had it there.
Yes, and it's literally from everything.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, that's my book.
we can't wait for the launch. And I'll be there
Yes,
to get it
please.
signed by yourself. You know,
Yes.
yours truly.
My pleasure.
That would be amazing. Well, you know,
Thank you.
although this is going to be definitely an interesting segment right here, if you're going to pretty much leave us with few words to your viewers and advice before we end this talk, what would that be?
My advice is to always share your ideas with other designers. Be friends with other designers. Don't say no. I have my own clients. I don't want the other designers to see my client. You know, sometimes it happens
Right.
between us.
Right.
So, and just as a small advice, what can I think of?
Well, pretty much you give valuable ones. Share,
Sharing,
be friends, network, and just
networking.
enjoy.
Exactly, you will benefit a lot. And also try not to limit yourself into one category
Okay.
in design. No, try
Explore.
to explore exactly.
And take an adventure, a
Take
leap
it.
of faith.
Yes.
Well, Razan, thank you so much for this beautiful talk right here on Bahrain Now. We
Thank
can't
you.
wait for the launch to happen. We're going to go
Thank
there
you.
and get it signed.
Yes. Thank you
It's
so much
been a great
for
pleasure.
having me here.
Oh, most definitely.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as a designer, explore, take an adventure, get with your networking, and pretty much share your ideas to get to know more about the new possibilities in the world of art. All that took place in an interview right here with Razan on Bahrain Now. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a very motivational and informative talk as we're going to have more into the entrepreneurship world with Karan Trehan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much. How are you doing?
I'm pretty excited. I think I'm going to learn a lot today here, especially with you. How you been?
Great, great. Really busy. So much going on right now.
I can imagine.
It's been an incredible quarter this year with
Wow.
so much happening in Bahrain. It's
Yes.
wonderful to see opening
Right.
up, isn't it?
Oh, totally.
F1, NFT events.
Oh yeah,
exhibition.
that was amazing too. Wow. I mean, and not only in Bahrain, you've been pretty much busy all over the world as well, doing different stuff,
Yeah,
entrepreneurship and different projects and businesses.
That's
So a little
right.
bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
absolutely. So my background is I'm from I was born and raised in the UK, in London, and I went to law school in Nottingham.
Wow.
Came back down into the city, worked there for a few years, and then realised that this is
Not for you. Huh?
not for me, not
Yeah.
for me. And I came out to the Middle East in 2009.
Wow.
I never looked back, and I came here in Bahrain 2009, and I absolutely love it. This is home for me,
Yeah.
and it was. You know, my story is, I was doing a lot of different things back in the UK. I was playing even chess as a young kid. I represented my country in chess.
Wow.
So I think that gave me a little bit of an edge when coming into the business world, because you can see moves ahead, you know,
Okay.
and it's good for strategy
Oh
as well.
wow, that is very smart.
So, and I didn't know it at the time, you know, when you're a kid and you're playing, and I was playing tournaments, I was playing for Wales and against England, Ireland and France and all different countries. And then going from that, sports, and into sort of the business world. And it's just where I wanted to go down. And my dad said to me, he said, because because I was dying to get into business so badly.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into
Let's
that.
go, yeah.
And he said to me, he said, 5 years, just work 5 years, learn what it's like to work in companies, go through the hard stuff, go through some good stuff.
Very wise.
Figure it out, figure that part out, figure out people, understand communication. And you know, my mother as well is an amazing rock for that, and guided me through that. And yeah, 2012 I started my own business, and it was fundamentally from helping people find jobs.
Amazing.
So I came into recruitment, started to do, touch wood, well at it, and I started working across the globe with major law firms, international companies, banks, and helping them find great talent. And so I just had that instinct of just meeting people. I'd know if they were good for a role or not. And yeah, and it also came to a service, right? You're helping people get jobs, and that they may not have otherwise found. So that was the absolute silver lining in that, and I still do that to this day, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I started doing that. We took it global, and by sort of 2016,
right.
my wife, this was being in the service industry.
Right, very much a lot going on there.
A lot going on there. And my wife started a baby business.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a transition from service to products. Okay. And you know, it's just an incredible story with what happened there. So we were on holiday, and I had a son, 1 year old.
Yes.
We were in the US. A few people said to us, "Oh, if you could bring some stuff back, you know, because there's products." Because at the time, in 2015, there weren't that many baby products. So we saw a little niche. We said, "Okay, we'll bring it back for you." He said, "No, charge us, no problem."
Okay, wow.
You know, right? So we were there. We were on holiday, and we ended up bringing 10 suitcases back from the US of baby products. Okay, we bring it back, and I had a pool table in my old house. So we put everything out on the pool table. Okay. $5,000 worth of product. We sold it all in 2 weeks, which was absolutely crazy. Wow. Right? We did not expect that. We said, right, we go out again, brought some more product back, sold it within about another 3 weeks. Wow. And we said, hang on a second, there's a business
Something going on here, yeah.
There's another business here, right? And so my wife started looking after that. She was doing a fantastic job. And then it just started to grow and grow and grow. Huh. And we were like, right, okay, now we have to expand the teams, and we have to try and do everything. And I think that was just part of the entrepreneurial spirit. When you see a problem, right, and you just try and find the solution for it. There weren't enough products for mothers and dads out here for their babies. And so we identified a solution, and we said, right, we're going to run with this. And no experience in it. And this is the reason for this story, is that anyone can do anything if they want to do it. You just got to find, you know, something. If you're passionate about something, that's great. But if you're not passionate, you don't have to be passionate. Just find a solution to a problem, and that's it.
An amazing start. I mean, and you just like on the tip of the iceberg right here. But as we've been seeing what's been going on, you've been so involved in the community, helping them, educating them, and you know, simultaneously working on your own projects and all of that, and giving back to the community, which I would say Bahrain appreciates you a lot for that.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Tell me more about the entrepreneurship programs you've been doing recently, and you're going to do another one soon as well. Not even Bahrain, you've been pretty much busy all over the world.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Absolutely. And so how this all transitioned in from these companies was I learned the good, the bad, the hard, the easy. And I then realized as well, there's got to be a shortcut. There's got to be some way of just learning about entrepreneurship. There's got to be a way to, because it is hard as well. As much as, you know, there's great times, there's also really difficult times. And again, I saw that, and I saw a lot of other entrepreneurs. On the face of it, they would say things are great, or everything is going well, but it's actually really tough, and it is hard. And sometimes it's lonely, and you have those nights where you go through and you don't know what the next week is going to bring. Right. And that's the reality. And after going through this, I'm a learner as well. I read a lot of books. I read probably about, 100 to 110 books like in a year.
I wish I could do that.
I really love reading. Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
just, it just gets the mind gets the mind thinking. And as an avid learner, and I also watch YouTube as well, so it's great. And you know, I've seen these strategies. I've seen how people have been suffering in entrepreneurs, and also as entrepreneurs, and also in careers, which I've also had a lot of experience with.
Right.
And I just thought, I need to help people. I need to give advice where I can do it. And so I started, and it just came by accident, to be honest with you, because I'd be speaking with someone just across the table, and it could be a board member, it could be a CEO, it could be anyone, and they say, oh, I'm struggling with this, and I say, oh, try that, try this. Have you thought of tinkering with this? And it could even be with someone who's saying, look, I've been trying to get into this job for years, or whatever it may be.
Right.
And I said, oh, try doing this, try maneuvering, try doing something different on your CV, try presenting in a different way, whatever it may be, just giving tips. And I saw it actually work, and people were coming back to me and going, Karan's amazing, thank you so much. And from that, I took a lot of heart, and I said, I guess this is becoming my purpose now, is to just help others, because I've gone through some hard times of just not knowing, and I wish there were mentors and people there to guide.
Right.
And I want to help the younger generation as well.
Bless
you know?
you.
So
Bless you.
so as much as I can, and so that's the goal now. And
Okay.
I'm out there. I'm going across Bahrain. I'm going across the US. I spend a lot of my time as well
In the States. Okay.
Yep. And I'm doing a lot of business coaching with individuals and businesses across the US,
Okay.
Europe, UK, and Far East as well, in Singapore
Amazing.
and Hong Kong.
Amazing.
So yeah, and of course Middle East. So I'm helping people where I can, and helping them realize their potential, because we all got gifts inside of us, and it sometimes just needs that little push to.
And
to
you're the
create
push.
greatness.
And you are that push. Amazing. Now in Bahrain, you've pretty much been doing a lot and giving a lot of coaching. What do you see the entrepreneurship scene right now in Bahrain for startups and young generation who wants to be in your place, I would say?
You know, that's a great question. I think the startup community is awesome, where there's a hungry talent pool of people who want to do it. I feel it's just the guidance. The guidance may not be quite there. Education is fantastic here in Bahrain. The schools, the universities, the colleges are great for subject matters. When it goes into when they take it into the business world and how to negotiate, how to take things to a different level in business, that's where it could be lacking a little bit. And that's where I'm seeing that the younger entrepreneurs, by investing in learning, investing in networking as well, which is so important. Get to know others, and that's where they need to. Okay. Yeah, that's ultimately where they they can do well. But it's there. There's a massive bug for it. There's a huge bug for it. I think also the crypto scene, the NFT scene. Right.
It's growing.
It's completely growing. Gaming, there is so many new industries that were not there a few years ago, and I feel there's a new generation coming on who are seeing things in a totally different light than we are. You know,
totally. Like what language do you speak right now?
Right.
Yeah.
My kids who are young, my 6-year-old knows more about the iPhone than I even do.
So you and me together, man. You and me together, yeah.
So it's technology is a huge way forward, I think, for a lot of people.
Pretty much.
I'm seeing marketing, media getting big as social media is expanding and becoming so big within that. So that's a great career move for anyone who's wanting to get into after university. So yeah, I mean, there are some amazing new industries that were not there 10 years ago that are now there, and there's a lot of potential. It's just right guidance, hard work, discipline, and that's another thing, discipline. A lot of young entrepreneurs have the talent, they don't have the discipline.
Right.
And to stay through it. So what will happen is business is always up and down, no matter what business it is. But when there's a downward spiral, that's when a lot of resolve is needed to push through. So that's where I like to come in and try and help and say, you are going to go through this. This is going to be tough, and this is when you double down and you work harder, and we we fight through it.
Totally feel the vibes here, because it's like, now you're schooling me.
No, not
I love
at
that.
all,
It's amazing. It's like, how the way you talk and everything, you pretty much give this vibes like, yes, you've been coaching for a long time and helping people and pretty much finding their voice, finding their thoughts, finding their way through this, I would say, new world. You said yourself, the new world of the Web3, blockchain, NFTs, technology, and yet the contemporary world, and then you have what's going on with entrepreneurship. All of that is just something happening, and people like yourself who can just guide us through discipline and say, you know what, yes, the world will be changing, but there's certain things we should still hold on to.
That's
be
right.
Be patient, be disciplined, be full of,
focused,
and be always open to learn new things.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much there.
That's it.
Tell us
that's
about the programs.
That's half the battle,
Right?
mindset. That's half the battle. If you got the right mindset, anyone can do anything. It's
Amazing.
just, and that's a total, anyone can achieve anything. I've seen
Love
that
that.
happen, and I've seen people who just focus on what your dream is, and you go after it. And if you put in those few years, could be 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, you'll get there. You'll get to where you want to go to.
Amazing. Now, wow, I know we're gonna have hours and hours, and it's just beautiful. I love this. Now, any future programs you're gonna be pretty much putting together that we can actually join or people should know about? So, in case they want to learn and have a talk with you one-on-one, any future things we can look up to and
Absolutely.
look forward to?
So I'm spending a lot more time now in the coaching field. I'm putting on workshops. So the next 3 months, I'm gonna have workshops on sales, marketing, negotiation, how to operate businesses in a more in a better way. So there's loads of different workshops I'm going to have for anyone really. People to even come in and how to find job, how to get themselves better presented to get the jobs that they're looking for. So career advice as well.
Okay.
I'm also launching an event here in Bahrain called Gladiator Mastery.
Gladiator Mastery. I love it.
Right?
Love
2,000 years ago, we'd enter the arena as a gladiator.
Yeah.
You win or die.
Right.
Right? And business is no different.
Huh.
Right? Business is win or die, except for we're starting. Sometimes you can just keep chipping away. It can just be a slow chip away. We don't go in with that hardened battle of
the
sharpening
Colosseum
tools
and all that. We get in with
right, and it's just that, again, it's just the mindset, just to change people's perception that you can go out and win. And so we called it Gladiator Mastery, and this was founded by a wonderful gentleman called Dariush Saudi, who's based in Dubai, Entrepreneur of the Year in Dubai.
Amazing.
And he's been doing this for 35 years and been giving back, and it's unbelievable. I was totally inspired by him, and I wanted to bring this to Bahrain because in Dubai the event is an absolute sellout. It's a business mastery bootcamp event built on success. So it gives you in the mind frame for 2 days of just unbelievable tools to succeed in business, increase profits, make more money, something that we don't talk about enough, money, right? And how to those clear strategies on how to do that. And so once I saw what was going on in Dubai, I said we have to bring this to Bahrain, and he was so supportive of that as well. And Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, we're going to be hosting Gladiator Mastery. There'll hopefully be one event every single month.
Let's go with that. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Gladiator Mastery. Well, pretty much we're going to see you there and, take your autograph and just have a moment and selfie moments. Pretty much, this guy changed my life.
No, I would love people just to come, to just change, just to see something slightly different. It's a bit of a different, I call it a tough boot camp.
Okay.
A tough boot camp, and change the mindset and, to head towards success. That's what I want people to do.
Amazing. So if you're going to leave us with an advice or a few words before we end this beautiful entrepreneurial motivational talk, what would that be, sir?
I would say always look for the solution to a problem.
Yeah.
There are lots of problems out there. There are a lot of people I speak to who don't know what to do in life. And everything, whether you're in a career or in a business, or you want to start a business, just look at the problem, what exists, what problems exist, and find solutions for that. And you have your answer, and you'll have them ready-made. You'll have a business set up.
Amazing.
That's it.
Amazing.
And it's as simple as that. So people don't have to worry about, I don't know what to do, what's the market. Find a solution, and you'll always be rewarded in the marketplace.
Love that. Sir, this won't be the last time we see you here on TV. That is definitely for sure. And this has been a great honor and pleasure having you with us right here
so much.
on Bahrain Now. And
Absolute
we can't
honor.
wait
Thank
for
you.
the Gladiator Mastery.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you there. It'd be wonderful if you could join us.
Sir, most definitely. Thank you
Thanks
very
so
much for
much.
joining us.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Pretty much with the mindset, entrepreneurship, all that with Mr. Karan took place right here in interview on Bahrain Now. Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed that episode as much as I did. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below and stay tuned for more happenings right here on Bahrain Now. I'm Bara Abdullah. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye and God bless.